it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my bathroom. I just finished filming a bunch of other videos and I am so ready to de-glam. You know what I mean? I'm ready to get this makeup off of my face. I am ready to do my skincare routine and really relax. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it'd be fun to have you come along and just kind of chit chat. You know what I mean? Just kind of hang out together. I feel like, you know, we need a little time to just like chill. And I wanted to talk about well aging. You know, this is something that is really important to me, something that is often on my mind, of course, in the context of skincare, but in other areas as well. So I thought I'd just kind of like share some stuff that's been on my mind and talk you through my skincare routine tonight. So if you're so ready, give the video a big thumbs up and let's get started. All right, so let me get my hair pulled back. We are like going in for battle here. We got to get everything clipped back, strapped back. We got to get our cuffs on, right? Because I got this nice shirt on and I do not want to get any like face wash and makeup, you know, dripping down my arms and onto my hands. And I am going to take off these eyelashes. I forgot about them. Take these babies off. Oop. Less glamorous already. So this is the Klairs Gentle Black Fresh Cleansing Oil. So this is the fragrance-free cleansing oil from Klairs, and it's okay. I do like it, and I remember when it came out many years ago, and I reviewed it, and I was like, yeah, I really like this. And you know, it's a good cleansing oil. I will, you know, happily use this until the bottle is empty, but it is actually a little thicker than my favorite cleansing oils are. And so it took me a minute to like get used to this more cushiony, thicker feeling oil, but it absolutely, you can see it's doing its job. It's breaking down that makeup. It's getting down there so I can wash away this full face of foundation and makeup really cleanly. All right, now I'm going in for the Roche-Posay Lipikar AP Plus Wash. Love this stuff. It's like a gel and a cream cleanser had a baby and it feels so good. This has been the oddest year, and I feel like every year I say some version of this, but like every progressive year it becomes like more and more intense, I guess. It just will not cool down. It's been the weirdest fall season. All of October, I mean, we had some chilly like days, and for sure the nights were dropping down cold. But some, like the heat would not, you know, quit. And so it was just the weirdest fall season where I'm like, yeah, let's get into all the creamy, you know, toners and moisturizers, and let's really amp up the moisture for the colder season. And the colder season just kind of wasn't like really taking. And then today, it really started to get very chilly. It's super windy. I don't know if the microphone is going to pick it up, but it is just howling outside. And yeah, it's starting to actually feel like fall. Wow, that really, you see how that really foamed up. Nice. Also, let's not forget the hairline, right? Another area that you can sometimes forget. So this is the Make Prem Relief Me Essence Toner. No surprises here. Actually, it's not one of it. It is my favorite hydrating toner. Yeah, I can easily say it's the one for me. I absolutely love it. You know, I do have a lot of favorite hydrating toners. That's why I was like, no, this is like the one. If anybody like made me choose between my babies and my children, I'd probably pick this one. I'm just going in for a second layer. 2 layers seems to really do the trick for me, especially with this toner because it is so hydrating, but also light and quickly absorbed. So let's talk about well aging, right? Because this is something that I personally talk about a lot in my content, especially surrounding skincare, right? How to age well, you know, what to do as you're, you know, getting a little bit older and you want to look as good as you possibly can. What ingredients are you supposed to be using? What should your skincare look like, right? What are other factors that you want to consider? But, you know, really, well aging, it is holistic, right? It's not just about what we're putting on our face or, you know, how we're grooming our appearance, right? And how we're presenting ourselves to the world, but it's also about like how we take care of ourselves physically, how we take care of ourselves like on a like heart and soul level, right? And then how we take care of our mind and our mindset. This is the Haruharu Black Rice Probiotics Barrier Essence. And this is so creamy, so moisturizing, OMG. But it's definitely starting to get cooler, and so my skin is needing this extra moisture. And so, you know, talking about getting older, needing moisture and getting older, right? I definitely have noticed that as I have gotten older, especially, you know, I'm gonna be 36 next month. And I noticed that, yeah, my skin and my body just in general needs a lot more moisture as each year goes by. Anyway, so I've really been ruminating on, you know, the holistic well aging. And like I said, you know, I have a birthday coming up, so around that time is when I'm always thinking, you know, like checking in, like, okay, how are we doing? How are we feeling? What has changed, right? And what do, you know, I want to manifest, like, right, moving forward into this next year. And, you know, for me, I definitely hit a period, like, after the pandemic where I just felt like I was, like, I don't know, like, I don't want to say at my lowest because that's really not true at all. And I am talking mentally, right? But I just really felt like, and this was truly after the pandemic. And I was kind of interrogating this thought process a while ago. I was like, what do you mean like after? Because wasn't the pandemic pretty bad? Like, why are you talking about like how bad it was after? Wasn't it so great when it was over? And it's like over, right? And I was like, no, because in the early days, I don't know if y'all were here during that time, here on my channel, but like I like kicked it up into gear and I was like, I am gonna be there for you. You know what I mean? We're all being told to stay at home, and I know that I need to step up because you need me right now. This is like the moment, right? And so I was putting out like 3-4 videos a week. I was doing the most, you know what I mean? And I was keeping busy, and it was truly from a place in my heart of service, right? And to help. But I also realized that there was a pattern there of me distracting myself, right, from what was going on. And so I had this period where I was helping and contributing and you know, getting through it. And we all had our coping mechanisms. And then by the time things started to, you know, calm down and things started opening back up and less people were at home watching content, right, and that demand, right, where I could feel like I could step back a little bit, then I was burnt out. You know what I mean? So this is the VT Reedle Shot Lifting Eye Cream. And I will say right up front, there is some fragrance in this product, which is not my norm, right, in my skincare routines. I don't usually use fragrance. However, I actually really like this. This is actually something that I got in one of the advent calendars. And I don't know if you remember those unboxing videos from a few months ago, but this made quite an impression on me just unboxing it. And the reason why is, well, first let me show you the texture because it's quite lovely, and it's the true reason why I love this. It's this really beautiful, like creamy, luxurious, silky, balmy eye cream. It is so elegant. It is such a beautiful experience. And look at that, just like how it's sunk into my skin. But there is this silky, like just, butter, you know what I mean, feel. And so just that texture alone is so moisturizing and plumping and softening and just really, really lovely. It comes with the metal tip applicator, which is really nice to kind of massage it in. And I will say, I'm usually not a fan of these, but when I sprained my wrist at the beginning of October, remember, I was like, oh yeah, I love these applicators now because I can't really flex my wrist. I can now, as I showed you in the last routine video. It's still healing, but it's so much better. This is interesting though because this baby vibrates. But this vibrates when you touch this part here. So you get the eye cream out, right? Dab it on. It's vibrating. It's kind of gimmicky for sure. Like I said, I wanted to show you the texture first to just show you how absolutely lovely and silky and gorgeous this cream is. The scent is quite light. It's just like a really nice light, kind of creamy floral sort of smell. And I don't find it irritating at all, which is why I'm showing it to you and using it. Like I said, not my normal with artificial fragrance, but I do enjoy it. And this kind of vibrating sort of helps it, you know, get into your skin. Supposedly, it's supposed to get into your skin deeper. I don't know why they released this as part of the Reedle line, because there are no Reedles in here. I think they're just capitalizing on the popularity of the Reedle. So any of those, you know, folks who are like, Reedles by your eyeballs, look, I am a no Reedles by my eyeballs type of person as well. So this is the Paula's Choice Retinaldehyde Dual Retinoid Treatment. You've seen me use this before and you know I'm obsessed. I absolutely love this. This is actually still my first bottle. I'm going pretty strong with this one, but I can feel that I'm getting to the end and I am planning to purchase another bottle of this. The first bottle was gifted, just FYI, but I'm gonna buy this because this is really helping. You know, I want to be like, oh, my skin is so clear, but hello, there's a pimple there, and I have a little tiny whitehead that's healing right there. I don't know what happened. My skin was so clear, and it's because I was like, my skin's so clear, and then I was like, what the heck's this? I woke up today, and I was like, what the heck is this? So hopefully that goes down soon, and this will help because it's retinaldehyde plus there is like a newer kind of version of adapalene. They call it adapanoid. There's a small amount of that in here. That's the dual retinoid. So 2 types of retinoids. Two, not 4. I'm a little tired, huh? Anyways, so it really does actually help not just with the well aging, with the collagen stimulation, right, and helping to keep the skin firm and resist the fine lines and wrinkles, but the adaptonoid in here actually really helps with the inflammation, with the redness, and help to resist this kind of stuff. So just this application, I'm actually going to make sure, I'm just going to put a tiny little bit here, and just make sure that I got a really good amount right there. I'm going to tap that in, and I am going to put a pimple patch on later. I want to let the retinoid kind of set in because it is a little, I don't know if you can see it. It feels worse than it probably looks. Okay, so while that all sinks in, I'm going to kind of continue on with my story that I was telling you. So, you know, I really felt like, okay, we had the pandemic, and then I felt like everybody was moving on, and I was stuck in that time for a while, and I was like, why do I feel like this? You know what I mean? Like, I was doing fine, and now I just don't feel well. And you know, part of well aging is wellness, right? Being well, and I felt like I just wasn't. And so I kind of went on a bit of a journey over the last, you know, year and a half, maybe I would say for sure. I've said this multiple times. I don't know if I've said it here though, but like for me personally, 2024 has been a year of transformation personally. I don't know if you see it. I mean, I feel like it reflects back, but like I do feel like there's been a shift in my energy and in my spirit, and a lot of it has kind of tied back to this holistic well aging because I did not feel well, right? And so getting on top of that, really being honest with myself about my emotions and about the period of time that we had all just gone through. And as I mentioned, you know, I was distracting myself as a way to cope, which is okay, but it's also, you know, at a certain point when you're feeling like in a safe spot, you do need to go back and kind of like look at that and figure out, why did you use that? Like, why did you need a coping mechanism in the first place? Like, and what are you maybe possibly suppressing or holding back or like avoiding, right? And so if you never do that work of going back, right, and processing something like that, it's going to hang with you. Even if you can't, you're not, you know what I mean? Like, it's just going to hang on you. It's going to wear on you, even if you're not fully aware of why that is. And so I felt like that was hanging on me. That energy was hanging on me for a while, and I had no idea. I just knew I just didn't feel, something was off. As I walk through this, I am going to use Stratia Lipid Gold. This is the Ordinary Bee Oil. And I am going to just do, I've been kind of doing closer to 2 pumps lately. And then I'm going to do about 3 drops of the oil right on the back of my hand. Mix it up. Do I really have to explain why? I always do. It just makes, it's a richer layer, but it absorbs in a lighter layer on my skin. And this feels lovely. So anyways, I've been focusing on my health, mentally, physically, right? I have been getting on top of some health issues that I've been ignoring, partially because financially speaking, like it's really hard to access healthcare in the United States. And then I was like, finally, like I gotta, financially I have to prioritize this. I had some chronic pain, I still do, but I've gotten to a place where I am like managing it now, you know what I mean? And I have the tools because I went through a round of PT, very expensive, but it was transformative, right? Everybody jokes when you're in your mid-30s, it's like everything. You're like, ow, my back, oh, my knees, oh, my, yeah. It was kind of starting to become like that for me. I'm like, I'm too young for this. I don't want this to be my reality. And so PT really got me back on track as far as getting a lot more of my activity levels up, getting a lot more of my endurance up, my strength up. I have had very chronically low vitamin D deficiency for a few years now. I had to go on a prescription vitamin D actually because I basically had no vitamin D in my body. That was a game changer. So I got a lot of health stuff changed for me. Really just trying to have like a very, very healthy vessel, right? And I've always been a very healthy eater. I feel like I've had an even better focus on that this year as well, really putting in very high vibrational whole foods. I don't give a lot of dietary advice on my channel because everybody's body is so different, and a lot of stuff that works for other folks does not work for me, but I have figured out what does work for me, and I'm not going to like push that onto anybody. But the biggest things that I can say that yes, it absolutely affects the health of your body, the function of your body, and the look of your skin is focusing on plant-based things. That doesn't necessarily mean vegan or vegetarian, but if the majority of your plate is plant-based, you are doing great because you're getting a good variety of vitamins, of minerals, you're getting tons of fiber, right? You're getting all those different micronutrients that help to support your body, and you're gonna feel it. These are the lessons that I've learned right on this journey, and that's why I really embrace well aging rather than the term of just anti-aging, because I'm getting older. That's just a fact of life, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, like I kind of like the older me, and so I want to kind of continue down this road and like getting to know this person I really like, right? This older version of myself, but I want to do it as well as I possibly can. So I know I have showed this one to you a few times. This is the Cerave Moisturizing Cream. I've been using this mixed in with like a pea-size amount of the Roche-Posay Cicaplast Balm for the colder nights, and it's really been really lovely, and it will also help me with my redness that I have going on. Oh, you know what? I'm like, I want to tell you all these things, and I'm getting distracted. Okay, so I have this all mixed up on the back of my hand. I'm going to have to pull this down on my neck because that's quite a bit of cream. Do you see how lovely and fluffy and luxurious that is? Probably not a word that you would use, luxurious, right, for CeraVe, but when you mix it in with the Cicaplast, it gets so fluffy. It gets so lovely and rich and moisturizing and protective. It's like it's like you're making your own sleeping mask on the back of your hand. But before I do that, what I am going to do is I'm going to put my pimple patch onto this little inflamed pimple here. I do not have the box, but these are the pimple patches from the Inky List. So these are pimple patches. They're made of hydrocolloid material, and that is what sucks up the juice, right, from the pimples and helps drain it and flatten them. However, these are also treated with salicylic acid, and so that is the chemical exfoliant that can get a little bit deeper into the pore and to help, in this case, work as like a spot treatment to further help draw the pimple up to the surface, or help to heal it down. What I have here is a Q-tip, and I am rolling that around the area to dry the skin up because I have all these beautiful creamy emollient rich products, and if I put my pimple patch on top of it, it's just gonna fall off of my face, and I use it though. There we go. Okay, so I'm going back in with the CeraVe cream mixed in with the Cicaplast. So where was I in my where was I in my story? Oh, right. So, yeah, so I'm getting older and I have to say that I love it. And I mean that truly. Like, yes, sure, my appearance has changed for sure. Seeing some gray hair for sure. That's also a genetic thing. That's like nothing new there. My family goes gray very early. But what I mean to say is I love this version of myself. Do you know what I mean? Like, if somebody came and said, you could be 26, right? Instead of 36, you can go back 10 years. Would you want to be 26 years old? And like, hell no. I do not want to be 26 years old again. That was like, oh my gosh, like just so confusing. Like you think you're an adult and like you are, but also like you have not figured it out yet. You're still kind of getting to know who you are as a person. And it's just not that great. I think that we glorify the 20s so much and it is so fun. Like, okay, let's be real though. Like, it is so much fun. All that being said though, like just on a personal level, like I feel so much more secure in who I am right now. You know what I mean? In my mid 30s than I did in my mid 20s. I feel more confident. I feel more comfortable in my own skin. I feel like I know myself better. I feel like I don't waste time. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I know what I want and what I don't want, and I don't give my time away to people who don't fit that. I live a better life because I am able to understand my boundaries and enforce them. And I see a lot of younger people who are like, mid 20s, getting a little bit older, right? 26, 27. They're like, oh my God, 30 is around the corner. And like, I'm running out of time. My youth is going away. And I will just say like, no, it's not. It's really not. Like I said, I am 35. I'm going to be 36 soon. I still kind of feel 27 sometimes. I don't feel as old as I feel like those ages sound. But at the same time, I feel like I've loved every year of getting to that age. And I know the feeling when I was 27, I had a really big crisis because I was like living a life I didn't want to live. Quite honestly, I was in a job that I didn't want to be in. I was in a career I didn't want to be, like a whole field I just fell into. I didn't want to be in it. I was in a specific like office that I was working in that was completely toxic and was really like effing with my mind. It was really, really bad. Every single day was just the worst, you know what I mean? And I felt like I was in this like, is this all there is? I would wake up, I would go to work, I would work super late, I'd be super stressed out, I'd be super burnt out, I'd come home super late, I'd eat, I'd go to bed, I'd wake up, I'd do it again. I had like no life, you know what I mean? I was just working, I was like hardly making any money, like just like barely scraping by, right? And just working myself to the bone and hating every minute of it, and just like, I was just like very disillusioned, like, is this it? And there is that feeling. It's like, well, you're almost 30, so this is it, right? You can't make big moves. You can't change your life. You can't, whatever. It's too late. And like, it's never too late. It is never too late. I changed my life at like 29, 30 years old. You know what I mean? I completely changed everything, and it hasn't been easy. Like, I'm not trying to glamorize anything here, but I'm just saying, like, if you want a different career, like if you're in a situation right now, if you're with the wrong person right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't feel that you are stuck because you're running out of time. I mean, like, honestly, if you're running out of time, you should get unstuck. You know what I mean? We all have you know what I mean? Like, we all have a certain amount of time. We just don't know how much time we have, right? But if you get in this mindset that, like, I have to stay put because, I'm not young anymore, or it's too hard, or whatever, you're never running out of time. There's always a possibility for you to change things. You are always empowered, right? And I know that every situation is different, and I'm just speaking from my perspective, but you're not running out of time. So no matter what age you are right now, right? Maybe you're feeling that way. You're like, maybe you're not excited about the next year. Even if you're older than me, right? I mean, maybe a lot of this is resonating where you're like, yeah, you know, I thought I was old when I was 27, or I thought I was old when I was in my mid 30s, and I feel my best in my 40s. I've talked to a lot of people who are like, my 40s has been the best. You know what I mean? So far, like, I am in my prime. And I love hearing that. And I look forward to that. So that's well aging. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to reject all this. It's too late. You know, you're over the hill once you're past, you know, your 20s. I'm going to reject that you can't change and, you know, whatever, change things up depending on your age. Absolutely not. You can live your best life at any age. That's well aging. It's not the wrinkles. It's not the skincare. It's this. It's this, right? So, I liked that. I'm done. I'm done with my skincare. I don't know. I guess I just had some stuff I wanted to share, and I hope that it resonated with you. You know, wherever you are in life, I hope that there was something in me sharing that was helpful to you. Sometimes I just feel called to share what's on my heart, and I think there's a reason for that. So thank you for being here with me tonight. I'm excited to go to sleep. Quite honestly, I'm really tired. It's been a long day, and my skin feels so amazing after that beautiful skincare routine, and I'm so glad you were with me tonight. If you watched this whole video and hey, you haven't hit subscribe yet, please do hit subscribe and come join our community where we talk about skincare going more than skin deep. I hope you're healthy, happy, and safe, and I will talk to you in the next video. I love you. Bye.